Welcome back to Tenacious Viking Plays Train Simulator 2015. We are doing, we're using the Electrostar Class 377. Just put 4 cars on it for today. I don't know if I'm loaded or not here. It's not telling me. Maybe I have to pull up ahead to load. 4 cars, London Victoria to Brighton Fast. I'm going to read the quick drive where a path has been set to your in the way. You're free to perform other actions such as picking up passengers. This quick drive scenario will complete when you have stopped at your final destination. Okay. All right, let's do it. I'm underground, so I can't see my train. It's going to be about a 55-minute trip. We're not setting any speed limits here either. Now I can see the train a little bit. But I got to keep an eye on things too. Going through a pretty heading to a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit. We got 40. I don't think it pops up till the train clears that, though. That's one of the reasons I took a short train, so I don't have to wait so long to do that. London Victoria to Brighton Fast with an Electrostar Class 377. Just 4 cars today. Just because I want it to kind of be a quick trip if I can. Seems so quiet after running a diesel, which was my last trip at Stevens Pass. I'm not going to pick up additional passengers because I kind of want do this run as quickly as possible. It's a little longer than what I wanted to do today. Other runs will be longer, but not this one. What? Nope, 7%. This is okay. Now it is. Whoa, 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 whoa! Man, I touched it. It just went crazy. See, I'd like to have and at 2%, it's still going kind of crazy. And we're going to be bumping up to 60. I'd love to stop at Clapham Junction, but I just don't want to take the time today. Love that horn. I could abuse that. Sorry, we're not stopping today. Special train. The Viking Express. There, I'm comfortable with that rate of acceleration. We're going uphill a little bit, so we need a little power. As an engineer, I don't know how much passing and meeting you do with 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks, 5 tracks, sort of. You're not hearing much commentary because I'm looking out the window just like you are, and learning about or seeing what this looks like, or at least what Train Simulator thinks it looks like. Some pretty big curves for 17 kilometers per hour. I like the options on the London Train Simulator runs to stop and pick up additional passengers or whatever. That's good for me, and I really, really, really need practice doing that. So I may redo this run someday and actually stop. See how good I'm being, staying at 67.4 kilometers per hour, just under the speed limit. Didn't see anybody to pick up there, but there was at the last stop. I'm not sure how I'm doing it. I may be pushing the speed limit more than most engineers do, but I'm gaining time on these runs, which is kind of cool. I'm actually losing a little speed here, 33%. Oh, I'm at a little uphill grade, that's why. Let's see if we can bring that up a little bit. Don't like that we're accelerating a little bit more than I'd like here. And we're coming to a 60. So I'm not going to get too excited to accelerate. See why they slowed you down here. That's quite the little switching deal right there at a depot. That's kind of weird. I guess you do what you gotta do, huh? I don't know in Europe, or at least in England, if if they have different length trains based on anticipated passenger load, or If they have a set schedule for how many cars, maybe adjust it for special events. If they make that decision with every train, how many cars do we need on this train? That would be quite the zoo to try to figure out. I'm sure your name would be Mud if somebody, a group of 12 or so that there wasn't room for on a train. Well, if they just put another car on, everybody's a Monday morning quarterback or backseat driver or whatever you want to. Oh, we're really going to kick it into high gear now. Let's get this puppy rolling, huh? I've gained 3 minutes already on this trip. I don't think I'm driving like too much of a maniac. Not great acceleration on these electrics, at least not Electrostars. But it's a passenger train, you can't jerk them around either. To see where we're at. We're oh wow, that's complicated. Holy cow. And we're gonna end up there. Wow. I have no idea if Elon trains warn people when they're coming through a depot, or they just go through as quietly as possible. Expect people to know. I saw a 70 there, but I didn't see a signal on mine, so it must have been for another track. Not real clear when you go past these fast which track these speed limit signs are for, unless mine are always on the right. I don't know. The ones I've seen that were wrong are on the left, so that's why I'm guessing that. I don't know. A little bit of an uphill grade here, so you gotta watch. Gotta have a little bit of power applied, but not a lot. Wonder how big a thermos of coffee the engineer takes with, or if they have a little 12-volt coffee maker in the behind them in the cab. You don't get a lot of scenery in Europe necessarily, but you do get some interesting bridges and things like this, and there is some, you know, along the way. This is a nice nice area here. It's more interesting because there's a few buildings, houses, and so on. But you're almost always down low, either in a natural or a man-made valley. There's an interesting little spot. I feel like they built the railroad in England more deliberately than they did in the United States. The United States is just, look at that track down there. I don't care. I just go straight as you can, as long as you can. Don't mess around. Somebody needs to go over or under. Well, we'll figure that out later. There's a Valley Dock tunnel. I assume it's kind of short. I see a little bit of light there. Yeah, there we go. In England here, at least on this piece of track, they made it look, well, Victorian. It looked classy. Maybe they didn't think so at the time, but... Well, it's kind of freaky seeing that light come up on you in the tunnel. Very dark tunnel. We'll be able to see ourselves come out of this tunnel or not. I haven't been very happy with the free camera. There isn't even a free camera here. Well, it's... Oh, there it goes. All right. A lot of action all of a sudden there for a minute. Heading downhill, gotta be careful with the speed now. Still gaining speed, so I have to be careful. Here's our goal, Brighton P6. I don't know what that means. I think there's some other stuff here. Oh, I guess we just come around and join everything, huh? And back out again. And we're way up here yet. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a slowdown coming up here. That came up early. Oh, that's just a warning. Okay. That's about what I wanted to do, though. Yeah, that was a little sudden. And we're back at 90. Doesn't seem worth it to me. But speed limits have always been kind of a puzzle to me. Some towns in the Midwest, they have a highway speed of 60 miles an hour or so. Drop you down to 45, and they'll drop you down to 40, and then 35, and then 30, and then 25, and then go back up again to 30, and then 35, and then 40, and then 45, and then 55, and then back to 60 again. And it's like every 2 blocks there's a change in the speed limit, and I think it's just a trap to get some money out of passersby. Who cop sits on a 25 mile per hour stretch and watches up the road to see if cars are slowing down, and if they aren't right on the penny, they stop and write them a ticket and make a little money for the coffers. Called a speed trap. I'm sure that's how some counties and towns meet their budget. It's by crap like that. In other states, they don't fool around like that. That's highway speed, 45 if it's a very small town, 35 if it's a little larger town and there's a lot of traffic coming and going, and then back to highway speed again. They don't mess around with this. Change every 2 blocks because they're honest folk. You know, politicians just had the guts to say, I want to do this and I think that you should pay more taxes for it, and then take their lumps. We'd be a lot better off, but they don't. They connive, find little money hidden there, here and there, and to pay for their pet projects so they don't have to raise taxes. And they can go back home and say, I got you a bridge to nowhere and we didn't pay any higher taxes for it either, so there, I'm great. You should re-elect me. It's dumb. I guess the dumb thing is that people fall for that kind of crap. I paid too much in taxes. Yeah, but you sure are enjoying that bridge to nowhere out by your place, aren't you? Well, yeah, I like that. Oh, okay then. Shut up. Here's your sign. Okay, I feel better having got that off my chest. Now in Europe, people pay a lot more taxes, but then they get a lot more services from the government. But, you know, the problem I have with that is that everything the government does is by force. And people in America don't like to be forced to do anything. And they don't even like to be forced to put on a seatbelt. The fact that you're not wearing a seatbelt increases my car insurance premiums, makes that something I'm interested in and have a voice in, because it does affect me. The guy's kind of poking, did he? There's a 40-kilometer-per-hour sighting. Wow. Put on the brakes. Gatwick Airport. Brighton down, I don't know what that is. DN Fast Gatwick. Whatever that is. Interesting. Let's pick up the pace here a tad, shall we? If and we can. I don't know why I like driving trains. I guess it's because I don't have to steer. I can enjoy the scenery somewhat and just have to watch speed and sightings and stops. Trains were always pretty mysterious to me, but in grade school, we did get to ride a train. Every few years, the whole school would take about a 30-mile train trip. And I think when I was in 6th grade, that was the last time they were able to do that, because the passenger trains were all switching over to Amtrak. They didn't have as much control over that. But I have ridden a few nostalgia trains, just short trips, since then, which have been kind of fun. Now I'm planning a trip halfway across the country, from the Midwest out to the West Coast, up the West Coast to Seattle, back to Chicago, and then home. Don't know when that's going to happen. Trying to find a time in the calendar to do that. Three bridges, huh? Okay. That's a 15-mile-an-hour switch there. I suppose it's just a switch that you have to slow down for, because you don't want to take trains onto another track real quick. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not even up to speed and I'm still gaining time on the timetable here. Looks like a big wide bridge. Oh, I guess it's not that wide. Never mind. I like these London runs. We'll do a few of these and we'll get back to... there's a speeding right up. A couple of these runs around London, and then we'll go over to Germany and do some of those. I'm kind of keeping my eyes open for other other runs, other routes to buy. They're a little pricey. I don't like that, but the more detail they put in, the more they're worth it, you know. Here we go, sailing through the countryside. I bet you would reduce accidents if they put a coffee pot in every engine cab. I bet you I'm going to gain 10 minutes on this route. I suppose it helps that the weather's good and all that stuff too, and also that I kind of have a lead foot or a lead finger on my mouse, or I don't know, something. Let's see where we're at in relation to our task. Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. 15 miles away. See, these little things here like this are cool. Even the railings here are cool. I know there's some routes in England that are not double track, they're single track, but I wonder how many there are actually that are that way. I think with electric they try to do all double track, but I'm not sure how prevalent that is. Brighton down Main, Haywards. I should learn the hotkey for this, but I don't know what it is, so yep. This is kind of interesting. Miles. Oh, this is set to miles, I guess, because I have it set that way. So I assume that maybe the speed is also miles per hour rather than kilometers per hour. But I don't know. I should really switch it to kilometers when I go. Well, I guess in England it is miles, isn't it? Oops. So confusing. There's kind of a nice little bridge and little area down there. I like the way they use different levels to cut down on train noise in England. Crossing there, I guess. It said whistle, so I did. The United States, they're pretty smart about interstates going through cities. They sink them like this or put walls up around them, but railroad tracks, not so much. You're around through. I guess in the Eastern Corridor, they try to reduce train noise when they go through population centers, which it pretty much all is a population center. But I think they're only marginally successful at that. Could have stopped there, but don't have time. Six miles away. I think we'll make it. A little bit of an uphill grade here for a second, then we drop back down again. See what this does. Actually, they demark tunnels on here like they do on their main maps. See if we go here, yeah, we'll see a tunnel. But on here, we don't see that. It's kind of weird. This is long, sucker. I didn't think it was this long. London Victoria to Brighton Fast. 4-car Electrostar 377. Just a 4-car train, just to make the trip. Oh no, there's a train on the tracks. Try to go to point 4 this time before we slow down a lot. Don't blow this. Ha! No speeding violation this time. Now watch me lose track of this slight acceleration and get in trouble. Love these bridges. They're so cool. Preston Park P3 coming up. I'm coming down that way. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Wow, this game kind of lagged out on me here. All of a sudden. Kind of hard to adjust the speed when you're not seeing a response. There we go. Wow, that's an annoying sound. We'll bring this down a ways. And this should do it. It is. We made it. London, Victoria to Brighton Fast, Brighton P6. Our run is accomplished. And I thank you for going along with me on the ride. Join me next time once again.